Hey guys, Nabil here. Hope everyone is doing okay and everyone is enjoying the King of Fighters 15. I know I am enjoying it quite a lot. So, I am just going to share with you some really cool, interesting news that just happened over the past few hours actually. And I'm gonna start with the biggest one, but before I do that, a gentle reminder as always to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you are notified whenever I drop a new video. So, SNK has just released the King of Fighters 15. It's literally 1 week from its official release, and the game's doing fine, and it really looks like SNK is going to be supporting this game for a little while for sure. I mean, the reception has been insane. I can't wait to know more about how much sales it generated. Hopefully a lot for SNK. Well, time will tell. Hopefully they're gonna share that. But yesterday there was this interview done by the Epic team talking about their Unreal Engine, which is what was used for making the King of Fighters 15, and they interviewed SNK staff, including Yasuaki Oda. Now, most of the interview is cool, cool tidbits knowing about how, kind of not in details, but why they prefer to go with Unreal Engine 4 rather than using their own their own engine as they did in the King of Fighters 14, and you can tell the difference. You can see why they went with the Unreal Engine for the King of Fighters 15. And then right there, Yasuaki Oda was just saying that we use Unreal Engine for Samurai Showdown, we used it for King of Fighters 15, and we're currently using it for an unannounced game that we are working on. I was like, what? You guys are already working on the next game? That is crazy. Now, if you think this was a slip up, it really was not. Because today on the SNK official Twitter, this tweet was shared. And it kind of confirmed, it really confirms. It says Samurai Showdown, the King of Fighters 15, and an unnamed new title all use Unreal Engine. So, wow, now I'm freaking out. What could this new title be? Now, I talked about this a lot, and I do think that the next fighting game from SNK is going to be a Fatal Fury game. We just had Samurai Showdown a couple years ago. We did good. We just had King of Fighters, so we're not gonna have Samurai Showdown 2 next. We're not gonna have King of Fighters 16 next. If we're having another fighting game, it has to be the Fatal Fury game, right? A new Fatal Fury. SNK has said so many times, whether it's Oda-san, Nobuyuki Koroki, have all showed interest in reviving the Fatal Fury franchise. And what better time than doing it now, right? Now, I'm saying Fatal Fury, I'm not saying Garo 2, right? I don't think we're gonna get a proper Garo 2 sequel with the cast that was supposed to be in Garo 2. I think whatever next Fatal Fury game or Garo game is going to use both characters from the Fatal Fury games as well as the Garo, which is also a Fatal Fury game, but don't expect to only have Terry and Rock in there. So, what could the next game be? Now, I'm saying that Fatal Fury is probably the next fighting game, but I think it's a little bit too soon. I mean, they're not going to announce Fatal Fury next month or something, so I'm thinking that the next game is going to be something else, maybe not a fighting game. So what other SNK franchises you think that SNK can make that is not a fighting game? Well, obviously there's Metal Slug, right? There's a big Metal Slug, emptiness in all of us Metal Slug fans, and we were kind of let down last week, 2 weeks ago, when we thought that the Metal Slug Awakening was coming to PlayStation 4 and 5, and it turned out to be fake news. So maybe they started working on a new Metal Slug game, or maybe it's another game that they were making that we haven't seen in a while. Can't think of anything else right now. Or it could be just a brand new franchise. We don't know, but the fact that they're working on another game right now is very surprising. Now, SNK is a small company, so it's kind of difficult for them to work on 2 separate games. And King of Fighters 15 was just released, and it's gonna have, Samurai Showdown had 3 seasons, so King of Fighters 15 is probably gonna have at least 3 seasons, if not more, from in terms of DLC. So, what do you think is the next game, guys? I mean, I'm hoping it's the new Fatal Fury. There were talks, and I said this again multiple times. There are hints everywhere that a new Fatal Fury anime is coming. So maybe they're going to coincide that with the new game. Time will tell, but I can't wait to know more about this. Now, Street Fighter 6 was announced this week, and we all are Street Fighter fans, obviously. And we are also have been waiting for a long time for a new Capcom versus SNK or SNK versus Capcom. Now, we are getting closer to that reality, believe it or not. This started with the release of the Capcom versus SNK versus Capcom Match of the Millennium on re-released the Neo Geo Pocket game on the Nintendo Switch, and then there were signs. There were signs that there's something happening, and there's another sign that just happened this week, which is the announcement of an event on the King of Fighters All-Star, the King of Fighters All-Star mobile game. The event is KOF All-Star Cross Street Fighter V, and this is they just revealed the trailer. Let's check out the trailer and talk about it.
Round one, fight!
So yes, Street Fighter characters and King of Fighters characters interacting on that game. Now this is not very unusual for that game because we already had Tekken characters on it. We had wrestling, the WWF characters on it. So it's not unusual. But the fact that Capcom agreed to this, and when you put this with all the other signs that we talked about, like before, I really think we're getting closer and closer and closer to having a sequel to Capcom vs SNK 2 or SNK vs Capcom. Now, I'm personally, I do particularly prefer Capcom vs SNK 2. So I'm just saying it right there. So maybe we're getting close to that. I don't know, but I really hope so. Now, the next logical step, if we are indeed getting a new CVS or SVC, the next step is to see some guest characters of that franchise. And so, some Street Fighter guest characters in King of Fighters and some King of Fighters characters in Street Fighter. So maybe Street Fighter 6 is gonna have a guest character that is Kyo or Iori, or maybe King of Fighters is gonna have a guest character, Ryu or Ken, or a Street Fighter team. But if you see that happen, then know for sure that a crossover game is definitely coming. Now the trailer is kind of cool to see those characters fighting each other again. Ken, Ryu versus Kyo, and Akuma Goki was shown in there. So really interesting. I don't play KOF All-Star myself, but I bet it's exciting for those of you who enjoy that kind of game. So, really interesting stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think is SNK working on right now? Let me know in the comment section. Let's discuss that in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video from Neo Geo Now. Now don't forget to like and subscribe if you have not done so, and I would like to take this opportunity and thank my patrons for supporting the channel and making this content possible. Making daily videos and especially the documentaries and lore episodes takes a very long time and a lot of effort, and being able to get some support for these time-consuming tasks allow me to keep going and strive for more and better content. With that said, I want to give a big special shout out to Michael, Bryant Yard, Fahad Al-Suwaidi, Jacques Paul, and Berugadono, as well as special thanks to Shaka Asamiya, Refugee Robles, Felipe Guimara, Jihao Ju, Muhammad Al-Blushi, Anthony Longino, Burned Retinas, Lily Wong Esmeralda, Goran, and Dangerman 1973. Those of you who are not yet Neo Geo Now patrons, I hope you will check my Patreon page where you can become patrons, helping the channel produce more videos as well as receive special perks that are exclusive to patrons, like early access to videos, exclusive making-offs, and other SNK digital goodies. Link for the Neo Geo Patreon page is in the description below. So until next time, thank you for watching.